and that's what I have. I have full-time UI design.
Russ Artzt, a living legend, along the likes of Steve Jobs and Bill Gates, formerly co-founder of Computer Associates, where he built and ran research and development for decades. CA was the first software company to reach $1 billion in revenue and is currently one of the largest software corporations in the world.
I'm involved with a lot of different enterprise software startups. In fact, I've made investments in startup companies. I'm involved in an enterprise software venture fund that I invested in several years ago. And I see it. All the new software companies, they're spending a lot of time hiring UI designers, user interface designers, because the people who can do the coding aren't necessarily artistic enough to do the UI design. They're technical, and they can do the technology and they can do the coding well, but they don't necessarily have the artistic touch. So what's happening now is the kids out of school who are coming out of either computer science departments, or they might be coming out of user design majors. They might have some other major with a user design minor, and they're coming out and they're artistic, they're technical enough, but they're able to design UI for the enterprise. And let me tell you, there's a huge demand in the marketplace for people like that who can design. I know at RingLead, one of my first hires at RingLead, and I'm building, primarily we're building our development, folks are here in Long Island. We're in Melville, Long Island. And we have some great developers remote that we're going to keep, especially in Milwaukee. We've got some people who have been with the company for many years from the beginning, and they're doing great, and they'll hopefully be with us for many, many years. But we're doing a lot of our new hires here in Long Island, and I'll talk about why in a minute. But one of my first hires here at RingLead was a UI designer. A young guy who came out of technology and art design school and had been doing UI for games companies, video games companies, and I felt he would be able to make the transition, and he has. So he was able to transition from being a video game designer to a designer of enterprise business software, and he's doing great. He doesn't do the coding, he does the design. He puts together the prototypes, he puts together the screenshots, he helps us with the CSS files, but we have other people doing the UI coding. And we'll code in languages like JavaScript. We have a UI designer who does nothing but customer experience, and you need it. And I'm seeing a lot of startups doing that today, not just the big companies. The startup companies are doing it because they recognize the value of consumerizing the enterprise software. It's very important, and it's become more and more important, so I see the trend is to emphasize it more and more. Some companies hire consultants to do UI design, but the smarter companies are hiring them permanently, keeping them on staff because you're never done. Your product's never done, you're doing new releases, and for every new release, very often you're going to need a new UI design. So it's more efficient to have them on staff, and that's what I have. I have full-time UI design.